Harry and Meghan's Archewell TradeMark application has been rejected. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle hit a stumbling block in their post-Megxit plans to run a nonprofit after their trademark application was rejected over a series of blunders. The couple has applied to the U.S. Patent and Trademark Office on March 3rd for Archewell, the organization they announced just days after officially starting their royal-free lives. What a snafu. Remember all of the hijacking of the different domain names, archewell.com, archewell.org, and it was going to Kanye West videos. I mean, that's hilarious, but that may represent a stumbling block that they can't overcome because they're going to have to buy those domain names. Their application was rejected earlier this month because it was too vague, it was not signed, and had not been fully paid for. Wow. Who's running your thing over there, Meghan and Harry? That's crazy. That makes me think that you didn't have an attorney file this. That makes me think that you don't have staff helping you out. That's just really strange. The former royals were sent a non-final action on June 2nd, something that still allows them to make the necessary changes. I think this back and forth is normal, but it seems like the problems here are unusually large for this back and forth. The couple's attorney in the matter, Marjorie Witter Norman, now has a filing deadline of August 22nd, after which the application would be listed as abandoned. Okay, so they have an attorney. I'm sorry, you need to fire Marjorie Witter Norman. A source insisted to The Independent that it's part of the normal back and forth of the trademarking process and is far from a final rejection. Page 6 was also told it was just a request for clarification on certain administrative items and that the application was still live and pending and did not need to be restarted from scratch. I can see them, I know some patent and trademark attorneys. I can see them filing it rather vaguely and broadly to begin with, just to get the filing in there and then clarifying as things, as matters progress. The way that they filed it, too vague, not signed, and not paid for, that seems a bit too much. So let's take a look. I mean, is this just a total mess, okay? Or is this just normal course of business stuff where they just wanted to file it vaguely just to get it in the process, and now they're going to clarify their terms and declare exactly what they want to do with their Archewell Foundation? Or are they going to completely dump Archewell because, the launch of Archewell is nothing but problems, and they may not be able to overcome those problems, and they should perhaps just start completely from scratch with a different trademarked name that they put all their ducks in a row, get all the domain names, get all the patents and everything before they announce it, unlike what they did with Archewell, because Archewell may be unsalvageable. So let's take a look. Good day, YouTubers. Welcome back to my channel. Time for a spot of royalty. Has the Archewell trademark, is it just too far gone? Are they just going to discard it and go with something else? Has it been rejected and canceled? Or, is this just the normal process? The wizard doesn't let us see behind, we're accidentally seeing behind the curtain, and everybody's like, oh my goodness, what is that? So let's look. Is the Archewell trademark in jeopardy? Or is this all just natural back and forth? What's going on with the Archewell trademark? Oh, look at that. So is the Archewell trademark in danger of being canceled, or is this all just normal? Because I think the character of their deficiencies are a little much, a little out of the ordinary. That's my feeling. So, canceled or just normal? Hightower, official, trademark, patent and trademarks, many hands, transforming, 15, 4 clubs. Okay, it's just going through the process, and it's going to come out as the beautiful butterfly. It goes in as a piece of paper, ace of clubs, an official filing, and it comes out. It transforms the situation. Everything working together. Cup overflowing, very emotional. That's a strange card to have here. Megan is very, very, very attached to Archewell, the name Archewell. She named Archie. For this reason, she had this in mind, I think before she even married her first husband. I think she had in mind that she would name her son Archie and that she would have an Archewell Foundation. And this has been going on forever. I think she's just really, really, really emotionally attached to Archewell, which that's not necessarily a good thing. And with Megan, we always get the cup overflowing and we always get the devil. And there's the devil. So let's see. In the outcome, we have mustard seed, angel, and devil. 22, 23, 6 clubs, very deeply rooted in family. So I think she just fantasizes about this name. This was always the plan, too emotionally attached to it, and this is really going to bedevil her. If they're going to snap up those domain names, that were hijacked, I mean, if I'm holding one, and I'm not holding one of those domain names, but easily somebody's going to say, okay, of course I'll sell you the domain name, archewell.com. Just give me $10 million. Well, that's $10 million they didn't need to spend. That's the devil. Okay, so it's transforming through the filing of this paper, but she's too emotionally attached to it. So is it, the question is Archewell in jeopardy of being canceled, or is this all normal? This is normal. Okay, this is a normal filing, but she's too emotionally attached to it. She just is too emotionally attached to it, and you need to be able to move on. There's nothing more powerful than the no deal. Okay, so they didn't sign it, they didn't pay the fees, and they don't have a clear mission statement. I can see having the mission statement when you file it a little bit vague because they want to massage it a little bit as they go forward, but I can't see the being unsigned, and I can't see not paying the fees. That's a little too much. So were they being intentionally vague or just sloppy and unprofessional? Intentionally vague or just sloppy and unprofessional? Intentionally vague or sloppy and unprofessional? Intentionally vague, sloppy and unprofessional. Well, we got the yes for sloppy and unprofessional. Okay, so intentionally vague or sloppy and unprofessional. Well, underneath we have a broken foundation. So that doesn't bode well. 6, 2 diamonds. The whole thing is broken. The foundation is broken. Sloppy and unprofessional. We have, sloppy and unprofessional. Hidden problems. Let's see. 17 and 7. 24. 6 spades. Bad relationship, hidden problems, very sloppy and unprofessional. This is too far. Okay, the vague mission statement, yeah, I think that's normal, the vague mission statement, but not paying the fee and not signing it, that's a little too much. That's not conforming. Okay, so intentionally vague. Working it out through the process. The woman, 7, 19, 5 clubs, leaving the options open. So it's a little of both. They were intentionally vague. This was the plan. The lawyer is a woman. okay, and they want to work through the process. They're going to take the time. This is a procrastinator strategy. They filed it on June 3rd, and then on August something or other, August something, I think it's 3 months, June, July, August, 3 months, 90 days. During those 90 days, they're going to, it's the procrastinator strategy because once you file it, then the clock starts ticking and you know you have exactly 90 days to make your mission statement a thing of beauty. Okay, and this was intentional. It is also sloppy and unprofessional, and the foundation is kind of broken. Megan has terrible relationships with the staff. Everybody quits under Megan. So I would not be surprised if the same dynamic is playing out with the attorney. The attorney's like, I love the money you're paying me. I love that I get to put the Duke and Duchess of Sussex on my resume. But boy, are you difficult to deal with, Megan. That's maybe what she's thinking. Is Megan thinking to switch to something other than Archewell? Because this devil says to me, no. The devil is stuck. I think that they've messed it up so bad with losing the main domain names that I think they should just switch to something else. Archewell something, or just completely abandon Archewell. So is Megan considering this option to switch away from Archewell, get all her ducks in a row and then announce, because that's what you do, because then they can't snap up your domains. And you try to think of everything. You run it off everybody in your circle, and you make sure you've got all the domains and no one can, come slip in the back door and mess you up, which is exactly what happened. I think Megan's tongue just slipped. She was talking to somebody and she said, oh yeah, we're doing Archewell. Well, she told the wrong person because everybody in the world found out about it. So is Megan thinking to switch to something other than Archewell? Because this is Megan's thing, even though Harry's still involved. Upside down. Upside down. Everything's upside down. Okay. That's because I'm holding the cards upside down. But we're going to read those upside down. Oh, that's interesting. Oh, look at that. Okay. Switch from outside influences, bad decisions, and Jacob's Ladder is just going nowhere. It's going in reverse. 10, 17, 5 hearts, 5, 5, 5. Change, change, change. Because of outside circumstances. Boy, they just really messed up the announcement of Archewell. They really messed it up. It's going nowhere. Everything is just a mess because they did such a bad job on it. And right on the surface, everything just right on the surface says, you need to change this, Megan. You need to probably abandon Archewell and just go with something else. But she's really married to it, and she's been planning this forever. Okay, that's a problem. What's underneath? If you take the no deal off and you're not able to walk away from the deal, that's bad. You don't have anything to bargain with, and that's the position that Megan is putting herself in. What do we have underneath? We have the Fox, we have Coffin, Inheritance, Cornucopia, and Executioner. Going to cost a lot of money to stick with Archewell. That's the devil. A lot of money right in the middle. Inheritance. This is the permanent inheritance. Okay, to stick with Archewell, man, it's going to really cost you. And the wise thing to do, Fox, Coffin, is just cut it. Walk away, cut it, and establish another foundation. Because literally, Meghan and Harry can choose any other name, any other appropriate name, get the trademarks, get all the websites and all the social media, and line that all up, and then announce it. They can just switch to anything else. So it's a huge problem. Are they looking to walk away? Everything here says walk away. Walk away from the name Archewell and do something else. Everything in these cards says walk away, and it's nothing but problems. And you've created these problems through bad management, through telling people about Archewell before it was ready. Okay, and I think this is what Megan does. Megan is a triangulator. She talks to people, which is not bad. It's good. Okay, all this talking to people, but she talks to people she trusts. But this time she talked to somebody in the media, and it got out everywhere. You don't know. There's 7 billion people on the earth. You don't know 6,990,000,000 of those people, and you can't trust those people. So you need to only talk to, her tongue slipped. It was a slip of the tongue. Okay, so they're saying they're not going to launch Archewell until 2021. Are we going to see Meghan and maybe Harry, but definitely Meghan, are we going to see Meghan take a prominent role in the BLM movement? Because I want to see this. Is Meghan going to take a prominent role in the BLM movement? Because I looked at this, and Harry is passionate about these things. Oh. And Meghan is opportunistic about the BLM. Okay, are we going to see Meghan in a prominent role in the BLM? Player making a play very publicly for this rooting. 7 and 11, 18. Absolutely. This is Meghan's next play. BLM is Meghan's next play. This is her bid for stardom, and she wants to root. Her roots are, a woman of color. This is her roots now. She's the diversity duchess. She's a woman of color, and she wants the whole world to know, and stand in front as this representative of BLM and as a woman of color. That's her play. That's the play she's making. Okay, so absolutely, she wants this to happen. And I think persistence is going to win the day. Because I think she has a name that BLM wants. It's like Chelsea Clinton got involved in various protests, and I think Chelsea was even arrested for something. And that really lent a lot of power and credence and publicity to whatever she was supporting. And it's the same thing with Meghan. She has the kind of name to do that. What's underneath? Straight razor, roses, lovers, strength, and karmic shift. Okay, so she wants to make a big change in her foundation. She wants to make a very close relationship and a big change, by linking herself in love, a close and loving relationship. I'm one of you. We are the same. We're together. I want to be part of the BLM movement. Roses and a sudden decision to align herself strongly with the BLM movement. Absolutely. I think we're going to see Meghan take a prominent position in the BLM. That's clearly what she wants to do, and I think the BLM is going to have absolutely no issue against that. I think they're going to be very delighted with that because she has a big name. Let's review. Is Archewell on the verge of being canceled, or this is just normal course of business? There's a lot of normal course of business stuff going on here, but Meghan is too emotionally attached, and that is a serious problem. Okay, Meghan is just too emotionally attached to the name Archewell. Is this intentional, or is this sloppy and unprofessional? It's intentional and sloppy and unprofessional. It's intentional that they were very vague, but it was just too much. I mean, why not just write it on the back of some toilet tissue and send it in? I mean, that's as professional as they did. They just didn't do anything right. So a little bit unprofessional there. Okay, is Meghan willing to switch from Archewell? Everything here is screaming switch from Archewell. So the smart money says do something different so that they haven't hijacked. Obviously, they don't want to buy back those domain names. Obviously, they don't, other people have snapped up the social media accounts, the Twitter, the Instagram, and all the whatnot associated with Archewell. She didn't do it right. Okay, so everything is screaming you're gonna have to massage it and change it. So Archewell Dynamics Incorporated, Archewell Charities, Archewell Global Charities, you know, something that they haven't snapped up already. Or just completely change it. And that's what these cards are screaming. You have to change it. Are we going to see Megan in a prominent role in the BLM? You bet we are. And I think that's coming up any moment. That is absolutely what Megan wants. And what Megan wants, Megan gets. And Megan is going to be take front and center stage with the BLM movement coming up any moment. That's how I see it. I'm Joseph Magi, author of Playing Card Divination, Fortune Telling, The Magi Method. Find the book worldwide on Amazon and Kindle and paperback versions. Find the full color card deck used here on Etsy/Magi Method. Those cards should be in, I think, by Tuesday this week. Please feel free to like, share, subscribe, and comment.